a hole. Let's cook some steaks. Stay tuned. Hello and welcome once again to my barbecue pit. What I'm cooking for you today is, I've got a couple of the most beautiful ribeye steaks I've ever had. Look at the spinalis on that one. Oh my gosh, I got these at Wild Fork Foods. And I know a lot of people are critical of Wild Fork Foods, but I tell you, for the price, you really can't beat them. And what we're going to do with these, we're going to cook them in a butter bath. I got the idea for this from a guy on YouTube called Stale Cracker. Stale Cracker is a Cajun guy, and he's really cool. He's a really cool dude, and you got to check him out. Anyway, he cooks his steaks like this. I'm going to do mine in a similar fashion. I've got my Emerald Lagasse frying pan on the fire getting hot. We're going to take some, what I always do, Sang stir-fry oil, and hit those steaks up with a little bit of Sangs. That's a brand new bottle, and it doesn't like to come out of there. But we'll hit these two beautiful ribeyes, nice thick ribeye steaks with some Sang stir-fry oil. Paint that on there. Then I've got this. I also got this at Wild Fork. This is butcher's salt and pepper. What it is, it's coarsely ground salt and pepper. And I'm going to generously rub these steaks with that butcher's salt and pepper, and it won't hurt them because it's a thick piece of meat. So that little bit of seasoning is not going to really do much. It's not going to over salt the meat. And we're going to let that sit a little minute while the frying pan gets hot, and let that salt penetrate a little bit and kind of salt brine our steaks a little bit. Once the frying pan's hot, I've got 3 sticks of butter to throw in there and about 12 cloves of chopped garlic to throw in there, and then we'll throw our steaks in there and it will get them cooking in a butter bath. I'll move the camera over there where you can see better, but the frying pan's not hot yet, so we're waiting for the pan to get hot. I got to rub the other side of my steaks, and then we'll get to cooking, so stay tuned. Okay, my frying pan's getting hot. We're going to dump in the butter, 3 whole sticks of butter. Get them in there, get them melted down. This is butter bath steak. We're giving it a butter bath, a bath in butter. Got to get that butter melted down a little bit. I'm going to dump in my garlic. That's about 12 cloves of garlic chopped up. That's where old Stale Cracker dropped the ball on his. He didn't put any garlic in his steaks, but I like a little garlic. So let's get that butter rocking in there. Once that butter's melted down and starts to froth up a little bit like that, and that garlic starts to cook a little bit, we can throw in our steaks. So stay tuned. Okay, the butter's melted. It's time to get the steaks in the pan. Let's get this one in first. Get him over here. Butter bath steak. This is going to be good. Uh-oh. Made a mess. There we go. I got my thermometer standing by. I'm just going to let them sit in that butter bath and cook till they get to an internal temperature. I'm going to flip them over when they get to about, I don't know, I'm going to let them go halfway and flip them over. When they get to about 60 degrees internal, I'll turn them over, and then we'll let them cook a little bit on the other side, and then we'll get them out of there and we'll give them a good sear. And once we sear those steaks up, we can let them rest and drink a beer, and it'll be time to eat. So stay tuned. I'll show you what it looks like when I flip them. All right, my steaks have been cooking for a little while in that butter bath. We're going to give them a flip, see what they look like. Not too shabby. Not too shabby, baby. All that garlic sticking to that steak. There we go. We're just going to cook them in that butter bath a little while longer. Then we're going to get them out of there and give them a good sear. Then we'll let them rest. And we'll let nature take its course after that. We're going to eat steak pretty soon. So stay tuned. Oh, I forgot. I wanted to give them a little basting with that butter and garlic. That's why I have the spoon here. Basting them with butter and garlic like that. The brown butter is what we got, and garlic. It's hot. Hot, hot, hot. Butter based. How about that? Butter and garlic base. There you go. Okay, stay tuned for the sear. My butter bath steaks are at the internal temperature that I want. They're clocking in at about 120. So I want to get that frying pan off of there. Move it over to the side. Then I'll grab one of those steaks. The smaller one kind of got a little more done than the other one. So we're going to throw that on the fire and give it a sear. Just a quick sear. To get a little crust going on that. Oh man, it's already got a crust on it. Let me tell you what. It's beautiful. That is beautiful. What a beautiful steak. Wow. I couldn't be happier with this. Look at the crust on that steak. All right, let me get him off of there. Falling apart tender. Get my other one on there. That big one. Give him a sear. Oh yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Okay, stay tuned. We're about to eat steak and drink beer. All right, my butter bath steaks are in the foil pan resting. Here's today's beer in honor of Stale Cracker. I got an Abita Amber Lager, which is a Cajun beer. Stale Cracker is a Cajun. This is his recipe. There's the frosty Ribeye mug, very frosty. We'll pour out an Abita Amber Lager. I know, I love this beer. I've had it before. It's delicious. It's one of the better beers I've ever had too. I think this might be in one of my top 10 beers. Abita Amber Lager. If I could read those tiny little writing, I could tell you what the ABV is, but I can't read it. Amber Lager. I know it's a good beer. I've had it before. Look at that beautiful head on that thing. That amber head. Let's quaff the froth off of it. Ah. That's so refreshing. Let me get my steaks on a plate. We'll take a picture for YouTube, although lately I've been using their crazy face thumbnails, but whatever. We'll just we'll cut into the steak and see how we did. Stay tuned. My butter bath steak is done. Check this out. Is that beautiful or what? I cut myself a slice. Let me tell you what I'm going to do. Normally, I would use my fingers to eat that, but you know what I'm doing now is I'm trying to give I gotta back out of this a little bit here. Okay, I'm trying to give the vidIQ thumbnail thing something to work with, because it's going to show my mouth wide open and it's going to show this piece of steak in front of my face like that, you know, something like that. Anyway, yeah, butter bath steak. I can't wait to get this in my mouth. Oh, that's delicious. Perfectly seasoned. Tender as it can be. That's delicious. That's the best steak I've ever cooked. Butter bath, that's the way to go. Oh, that's awesome. Perfectly seasoned. Cheers. That's amazing. That's a great technique for steak. Anyway, you know what I always say. If you like this crap, please subscribe. If you don't, go on the iCard. He doesn't need any help from me. I'll tell you, he's probably got 1 million subscribers, but go check out Stale Cracker. That's where I got the idea for this. Stale Cracker, the Cajun. Cajun dude, I'm drinking Cajun beer. Abita Amber. I'm gonna go devour the steak. It's delicious. I can't say enough good things about this method of cooking steak. Butter bath steak, babies. All right, you know what I always say? Come back next week. We may not cook anything good, but we will drink a beer. Bye!